balancing on the crown of my skull, attempting to crush the part of me that loved you. Hey, Lillian, what was happening? Who was this man? You, hey, I don't know, guys, I don't know. What's up, good people? Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I'm coming to you a little busted, a little bit. I did try to put a little bit of makeup, like not a lot. I just did the brush like this and then, yeah. So I don't know how it's gonna look. Hopefully I'm okay. And my plant is here as well. She is not blooming. She did have flowers, but they died. And I'm assuming that's normal, but she's still green. So I'm assuming that it's fine, but she's with us. So, and as the great poet Kabelo said, it's either you love me or you leave me alone. It's either you love me or you leave me alone. So, today's video with us is about the time I was a poetess. I was a poet, guys. I used to be a performing poet. That's who I was for like a couple of years in high school, before I became a singer. And then I kind of was sort of going back to it, but not really. I would just do poetry like in my shows where like people already like me, so they're not gonna judge me as harshly. So yeah, that was me back then, back then. That's what I used to do. And I'm one of those people who I never throw any creative work away. And I have stuff that I wrote like in grade 2. Like I literally have a story that I wrote when I was in grade 2. And I was like, you know what? I want to share this content because I'm at a place in my life where I want to do what brings me joy, and that is fun and creative. And this is one of those things. And I really hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I know I'm going to enjoy this. Like, this was fun for me. So I was a poet, guys. And half the time, I don't know what I was saying. This is my red book. The red book had all the hits. Guys, high school, this book, you guys, there are hits here, there are hits. So I'm gonna read you my first hit. This was when I knew I was in, guys, yo. And the thing is, my poetry was mixed with like hip hop, because I was also like a hip hop head. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, it's very long. So it was called MC, Can My Heart Be Your Tight Beat? I sit beside you and I wonder. I sit beside you and I wonder, when they said poets rise, you must have been the first to take flight. I hope you borrowed time to write me in the parchments of your life. See, I'm colored by your stare through your panchromatic eyes. I'll appreciate your being from your birth to demise. By your lyrics, I'm inspired by this poetic revolutionary. Contrary to conformities, this attraction is rooted spiritually. So, MC, can my heart be a tight beat? MC, can my heart be a tight beat? I sit beside you and I wonder how you take me from the moon's core on a virtual tour of your mental dome. A cosmic expression travel faster than the speed of light. I sit beside you and I wonder if the gods engage in disputes over who created you. Hey! Guys, this was a hit. I performed this at assembly. Do you understand what assembly is? Guys, I was in a Catholic school. It was co-ed, but it was a Catholic school. Our principal was a nun. We had a few teachers who were nuns, but most of them were like normal teachers. But it was like we sang hymns. They let me perform it because I was dope. I was dope. Yeah! And like I wrote a lot. I liked using big words, cataclysm, ectoplasm, cataclysm. Those kinds of things, as you heard, panchromatic. I'm not even sure I know what panchromatic is, but I knew what it was back then. And then I wrote this piece when I started playing guitar. This was Eyes for Inspiration. I'm trying to remember what like that was about, but that was also a hit. That was like my main hit, which I like rapped and I was on guitar like Lauryn Hill, right? And guys, say what you want, but my poetry took me far. Like it took me places. I went on TV. I was on the show called Shizness. A very good friend of mine, Murana the Squire. He was a presenter on Crazy, and he was like a close buddy of mine in school. We would write together, so he got us onto Shizness, and I performed this piece called Eyes for Inspiration, guys. Now when I say hit, that was a hit.
Eyes embedded in a lyrical stratosphere, a fraction of this godly scripted atmosphere, where funk psychedelic echoes create beats that break bricks off the skyscraping troposphere. Eyes the globe, it calls my pen's frontal lobe. When dew waters rain and clear clouds blend, we see eyes of black sky, the shadow of God's hand. And that's why eyes embedded in a heavenly atmosphere, metaphysical connections cause rhythmical evolutions, but eye initiates the connection. And like yin and yang, sun fuses with moon and combusts into microscopic stars, and that's us. The 9 planets fused into chemical fireballs. I sounds a call to elevate the situation. I sounds a call to elevate the generation. I stands for inspiration. I stands for inspiration. I stands for inspiration. That's why I'm gonna start from the base to bring you the base of all creations. Cause whether they prophesy Jesus, the kingdom is I. Buddha from a flower or Rastafari. Muhammad was a prophet. From love we all were prophet. Inspiration made you and I. Said inspiration made you and I.
A lyrical stratosphere. Do I even know where the stratosphere is, guys? But I wrote it and it was dope. A troposphere. You! Rhythmical evolutions. Oh, listen. I don't know what I was saying. I think I knew then, but now I'm like, babes, I don't know. But this was a hit. I was in it. And then, guys, I discovered something. Well, not discovered. I remembered. You know how I've said in my previous video, I wish I could paint? Like, it's kind of like I wish I could draw. Guys, I discovered I could draw. Like, is this not a clear rendition of the late, great Bob Marley? Like, I'm gonna move out the way. Let me make, guys, I drew this. Like, I was even like, and it says, Ion, Lion, Zion. This was 2006. I was how old? Like 16, I don't know. So, but I drew this. And then I have this other picture of this sad child. I don't know who this child is. Can you even see him? But he looks incredibly sad. I don't know why I drew this. But this was 2002. Like, this was 4 years before this one. This is actually how it started, how it's going. Like, I could actually I could go viral on Instagram. I think I could go viral as like, oh guys, support my art. Like, I'm drawing. And then like I go viral and then, I don't know, people give me money. I was shook. I was very shook when I found this. And then, guys, I found this poem, ne? I never used to write heartbreak poems or like love poems. Okay, granted, I had that hit, ne? MC Can My Heart Be a Tight Beat. But like, that was like, but I never wrote like those kind of poems. But like, I found this one and like, I wish I knew who I was talking about here because yo, girls, I don't know. I sound like a toxic person. I sound toxic. Anyway, I'm going to read this one because sheesh, girls. Are you ready? Okay, I'm ready. I'm standing on top of myself, feet balancing on the crown of my skull, attempting to crush the part of me that loved you. They always said it was all in my head. Smiling for the world beneath, I grit my teeth. Why couldn't you just have been right for me? Passion at the center of the chaos that was us. Honestly, it feels like I loved you for love and not for you. I loved you for touch and not for loving me. I loved you for a kiss and not for kissing me. I guess I just loved the company. Not your company, just the company. Selfish it may be, but truth from myself is one part of I that has never been shy. So excuse my honesty. I still miss you sometimes, or rather the idea of you. And that's what's going to make it a bit harder to replace you. I'm sorry. I still love you, I think. Balancing on the crown of my skull, attempting to crush the part of me that loved you. Hey, Lillian, what was happening? Who was this man? You, hey, I don't know, guys, I don't know. And then when I say that my poetry took me places now, like established places like shizness, or as my mom would say when I was 15, shiniz. I was also published in this publication. Yes, that is Lebu Mashile, the one and only. Hey, I'm in here, guys. I mean, this is like early days when poetry wasn't paying anybody. I think now, like, you can actually do stuff as a poet. But I was published in here, see, My Free World, Lilly Million, somewhere there. There it is, My Free World. But I actually really like this one. I think this was written before I was trying to be like, you know, like Lauryn Hill. I was just like writing poetry. I think I was like 14 when I wrote this. But I'm going to read one part, which I actually quite like. So it says, in my free world, I don't fall, break, or die, as I vie to bring justice to this lost truth. My free world where I don't play on the snapped strings of the guitar on life's wheel, producing a piercing, sound-slicing sensation. In my free world, I don't speak with an unheard whisper. It's my longing to be heard, a constant hunger for redemption. My free world, I'm just a lyricist, vocalist, and my words and voice echo high as heavens, mountains. The heart of my mystique is where the pulse of my being and rhythm of music beat as one. My free world. I quite like that. I think that's cute. I mean, I'm acting like, no, I think, no, I actually really like it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I know that was totally random, but I really enjoyed it like I knew I would. And guys, like, be creative. Hey, life is short. If you have an idea for, like, I don't know, stockings, do it. Like, do it. Just go. It's fine. You never know. You never know. You might be like me, and like 10, 15 years later, you're making a YouTube video about the stratosphere and the troposphere and the atmosphere. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one. Peace out and much love.